Shell findings have been revealed into the investigation in the deadly SeaWorld chopper crash. A new report shows pilot Ashley Jenkinson had traces of cocaine in his system on the day of the tragedy. Now, 4 people died, including Jenkinson. 3 other passengers were critically injured during the mid-air collision on the Gold Coast a year ago. The Safety Bureau's interim report also found some seatbelts were not fitted correctly. Now, Peter Carter is a pilot and lawyer who specialises in aircraft accidents. He joins me now. Peter, morning to you. First to these findings of cocaine in the pilot's system. Give us a sense how much of an effect that could have had. It would be horrifying to the families of the victims to hear this.
Yeah, look, it is a concern. We just don't. They've ruled it out as affecting his capacity to fly on the day, but left open whether it behaviour. Now, that has to be measured against his history of compliance and safe flying, so it's an open question.
Peter, what's protocol here? Do chopper pilots face any drug tests, regular drug tests?
There is a mandated program for detection of alcohol and drugs. It's up to each organisation to design their own program. In this case, it appears that though all the crew were tested for alcohol daily, but drug tests were few and far between.
Would that suggest to you that we need to look at an overhaul here, mandating that it becomes more regular for drug tests as well?
Perhaps that's correct. If you can compare it to mining operations in Queensland, for example, drug and alcohol are tested very regularly.
So when we look at this interim report, it still doesn't seem that we have an exact cause for this crash. What have you gleaned from the information that's been released publicly so far?
Well, firstly, they've recognised that it's a constricted and confined airspace, which is now undergoing a redesign by the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, but they're off the hook for any liability because it was actually only 3 or 4 aircraft in the circuit at the particular time, so they don't bear any liability. They've left open whether it was whose fault it was, the departing pilot or the arriving pilot, but they've clearly identified that the cause of the accident was failure in the systems of the operator to maintain separation between the aircraft. For example, they could have implemented a very simple system of requiring the departing aircraft to not rise above, not fly above, say, 100 feet until it reached a particular point. Now, nothing like that was in their system design, and I think you'll find that that will be the lead cause of the accident when the final report is published.
Well, it's been an exhaustive investigation by the Safety Bureau. That final report, which you've mentioned, expected to be delivered later this year. Peter Carter, thanks for your time. Here's Mon.